Welcome. It is Thursday, November the 10th, and this is the Greenbrier Valley Church of the Nazarene with your daily devotion. Today we continue with the story of Gideon from the book of Judges, but we are going to chapter 8 today, verses 22 through 32. Here's the word of the Lord. The Israelites said to Gideon, "Rule over us, you, your son, and your grandson, because you have saved us from the hand of Midian." But Gideon told him, "I will not rule over you, nor will my son rule over you. The Lord will rule over you." And he said, "I do have one request, that each of you give me an earring from your share of the plunder." It was the custom of the Ishmaelites to wear gold earrings. They answered, "We'll be glad to give them." So they spread out a garment, and each of them threw a ring from the plunder in it. The weight of the gold rings he asked for came to 1,700 shekels, not counting the ornaments, the pendants, and the purple garments worn by the kings of Midian, or the chains that were on the camels' necks. Gideon made the gold into an ephod, which he placed in Ophrah, his town. All Israel prostituted themselves by worshiping it there and became a snare to Gideon and his family. Thus Midian was subdued before the Israelites and did not raise its head again. During Gideon's lifetime, the land had peace 40 years. Jerubbaal, son of Joash, went back home to live. He had 70 sons of his own, for he had many wives. His concubine, who lived in Shechem, also bore him a son, whom he named Abimelech. Gideon, son of Joash, died at a good old age and was buried in the tomb of his father Joash in Ophrah of the Abiezrites. And that is the word of the Lord. The article today, "The True and Only King" by Joe Fultz. As a child in the church where I grew up, I played the role of Gideon in a musical that celebrated how God took Gideon from being a zero and turned him into a hero. There seems to be something innate in us that loves such stories. As I write this devotional, the Olympics are about to start, and most sports fans love an underdog story, where a team or individual who is seemingly overmatched snatches victory from the jaws of defeat. The problem with heroes is it is easy for us to fall into worship. Throughout the history of God's people, we have looked for others to rule us rather than God. At times, that tendency has turned us to ourselves when we have decided that we would like to rule ourselves, and God can keep out of the equation. Today, we see almost an absurd example as people begin to worship the gold ephod Gideon had made, to the chagrin of Gideon and his family. The solution is simple. We must acknowledge that the triune God is the true and only King. Allowing God to rule is the only cure for our proneness to idolatry. The hymn today is "Lead On, O King Eternal" by Ernest W. Shirliffe. Lead on, O King Eternal, we follow not with fears. And from the 24th Psalm, verses 7 and 8. Lift up your heads, you gates, be lifted up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord, strong and mighty, the Lord, mighty in battle. And this is your daily devotion for Thursday, November the 10th. Have a blessed day.